The thing works. I haven't done the work. I haven't built the systems. I haven't hired the right people to make it work at the level that we want it to work. In this video, I'm going to give you some of the most common reasons as to why you may not see any results with your SMMA business. The big question is, why am I qualified to tell you why this may not work for you? One, I've done it myself. I built an agency to over $1 million and I've helped over 100 people make between 5 to 20K per month with their own agencies. As you can imagine, for every 100 people I work with that get to 5 to 20 and some even to 30, 40K per month, there are a lot of people who also don't get results. So if you've started an agency and you're just completely bamboozled why you're not getting any results and you don't know what you're doing wrong, or you're looking to start an agency and you want to essentially just avoid the pitfalls that most people fall into, this video hopefully will help you. The first most common reason why people don't get any results with this, even if they have all the strategies, all the tactics, and all of the secrets that other successful people have used, is that they haven't become the person first. Right? We've all heard of the phrase, you have to fake it till you make it. And this really does apply with an agency. You don't fake your results, don't fake screenshots or anything like that, but you're going to fake who you are to yourself. You're going to tell yourself, I am a successful agency owner. Maybe you're telling yourself that before you've gotten any clients. And this does work, and that is something that I did myself back when I was starting. But a lot of people, quite frankly, have just not become the person that's worthy of making 10K per month. Here's how you should think about it. There's a common trend that if somebody who's not making a lot of money wins the lottery, right, and they win 1, 10, or even 20 million, that same person somehow ends up being broke not long after. Sometimes in 1 or even like literally in 2 years of getting 1 million to 10 million, you go broke. The reason that happens is because that person did not become the person worthy of 1 or 10 million. So even if, let's say miraculously, you copy some strategies, you copy some scripts, and they work, and you sign clients and you get to 10K per month, first, it's probably not going to happen because you have to be that person. But secondly, if it does happen, you'll probably then lose it. You'll deliver a terrible experience to your clients, they'll all leave you, and you'll do all this subconsciously, not even knowing you're doing this. You're deep down actually sabotaging your own success. So how do you become the person? How do you avoid this entire problem? You have to get very aligned with what the 10K per month person does. Alright, so a very simple way to look at this is find somebody that you know that's making the money you want to make. Right? If it's me or another guy on YouTube, cool. Then look at what they're doing and look at what they did. Okay, so if you look at my journey, you look at, okay, back before you got started at it, before you even signed your first client, you were on a self-improvement journey. You quit pornography, you did no FAP, you were working out, you were reading books, you were immersing yourself in the self-improvement space. What that means is, by the time it came to 2019 when I started my agency, my identity was already rock solid as I am the kind of guy that changed my life and I'm the kind of guy that is on this upward trajectory. So for me then to get clients, it was a lot easier, right? Because I became the person that was worthy of getting the result. So that is by far the most common pitfall of people that start SMMA and don't get results. It's that they have the info, they have the knowledge, they just haven't become the person first. And we see this even with my students, right? I can give you all the coaching, all the support, all the mentoring, and all of the information, but at the end of the day, if you're not willing to show up and you're not willing to take on the journey to become the person, it might not happen for you. Obviously, we do a very good job at making you that person. That's why we do so much coaching and mentoring. That is our ideal. It's to take you from who you are now to the person you need to be to then get the results. But still, you have to do that work yourself. All right, pitfall number 2 is putting in $10 an hour worth of effort, expecting that you'll get 10K per month in results. Right, this journey, it's not easy, but it's very, very simple. And the reason it's not easy, it's because you have to do hard, boring work. For example, doing outreach, sending messages, sending Loom videos to business owners. It's a pretty uncomfortable task, okay? And you're going to do it and you're going to feel uncomfortable. And that is why you may procrastinate and you may not actually do the task because deep down, you don't want to do it. The same goes for sales calls. Sales calls are you on a Zoom call, right, looking at your laptop, trying to sell your service to a business owner at the other side of the world. Naturally, you won't want to do that. And we see this so many times, right? People self-sabotage to the extent that they will book a call with a prospect and then they will literally miss the call, or they will tell the prospect that they have to reschedule. And that is just them getting afraid, right? That's them being so afraid of actually doing the hard work that they then just revert back to doing the $10 per hour worth of work, which is building their website, building their logo, looking at their packages again, when realistically what they need to do is push outreach, book as many calls, take as many calls, and become the person. Now, if you want to make money online, getting to 5K or even 10K per month, you don't have to do some of the things we just looked at. You don't have to take sales calls. You can go with a completely different route, a route that many of the people that I'm working with are doing right now, which is learning how to set appointments. It's a lot easier than taking sales calls, and you can still make a lot of money doing that. Pitfall number 3 is not tracking your numbers. I cannot tell you the amount of times I speak to somebody and they say, hey, Adam, I've been sending DMs, I've been sending cold emails, not booking any calls, and I've got no clients. They say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, here's my script, what's the problem? And of course, I'll give them feedback on their script. That's what I do. But I also need to ask them, where are your numbers? How many DMs a day have you sent? How many people replied to you every day? How many people gave you a positive reply? How many people were interested in booking a call? How many people did you convert to booking a call? All right, by asking these questions, I get a better understanding of if they're actually tracking this. And what we often find is that they're not tracking, meaning that they are winging it every day. They're sending 20 DMs today, 30 tomorrow, 10 the next day. They're not tracking who's responding to them. They're just winging it. And of course, you're not going to get results, because what is measured can be improved. If you don't measure it, you can't improve it. So how we make this easier for the students we work with is we give them an outreach tracker. We then also teach them how to look at their outreach tracker, how to figure out the bottlenecks, how to figure out the things that are not working so they can change it and optimize it, and then actually get more results with the same work. We're very good at doing that, but if someone doesn't track, we can't help them. Pitfall number 4, simple. Only working when you're motivated. A lot of people fall into this, and we're all human, so you will fall into it too. There are times where I work and I'm not particularly motivated, like right now, it's a Saturday, it's like 2 p.m. I'm not overly motivated to make a YouTube video. I do enjoy making them, but I'm doing it, I'm getting it done. On pitfall number 5, this is actually the most common. I know a lot of what I've told you already is very common. A lot of people blame other people and they blame the industry. I cannot tell you the amount of people that have told me, Adam, I'm doing outreach, it's not working, I think this is saturated. And I look at their niche, and their niche is the same niche as my niche. And I say, how the hell is it saturated if I'm making this amount and you're not making anything? Doesn't really make sense, does it? And they're like, yeah, but you had an advantage, and you had case studies and you had results. When we really break it down, you can get results in any industry, as saturated as it may be. There are people on YouTube that have built agencies and they're in the same industry as massive companies. Right? Like I built an agency for fitness coaches and supplement companies. There's so many agencies that work with those specific industries. So many. So by me not getting results and then blaming it's saturated, it's just I am not making this work, so I'm just going to say the thing doesn't work, because then that removes responsibility from me and it puts it on something external. What I found to be very true in my life, for business, for your relationships, for your development as a person, is having an internal locus of control. This is probably one of the only things I learned in college that was actually valuable. An internal locus of control simply means that you take responsibility over everything. For example, I could look at my YouTube channel and say, hey, we've only 9,000 subscribers, YouTube doesn't work. That is false, and I know that is a straight up lie. Someone with an internal locus of control says, I have not been able to make YouTube work. See the difference? The thing works. I haven't done the work. I haven't built the systems. I haven't hired the right people to make it work at the level that we want it to work. That's internal. External locus of control is what many people slip into, which is saying YouTube doesn't work, outreach doesn't work, SMMA doesn't work. They all work. Everything works. Are you going to make it work?